We're live. All right. Welcome to, I think, the first ever live full weekly episode of Fantasy PD.
Making history.
Yes. Halftime of the game. ETN's having a nice game for
Big old game.
Has anyone been to a football game recently? NFL football game. We're not talking college.
Wait, weren't you at a college football game?
Yeah, we're not talking college. Has anyone?
Chris, have you been to a college football game recently?
No, I have not.
Has anyone been to an NFL game?
I have.
Yeah, you wanted me to ask. Go for it. Tell us about it.
Oh my God. I got to say, best in-person football game I've ever. What are you doing?
I'm just seeing how many people that sort of told us. Go ahead. Keep going.
Best in-person football game I've ever been to. You want to talk your team against a juggernaut. Down to the fucking wire, and you got their mental midget quarterback throwing his third interception of the day to fucking ice it. It was beautiful. Watching mental midgets, Shaw and Fat Matt Nicholas.
We may have to take this video down.
Okay, delete this and let's restart.
No, we can't.
Okay, let the crowd know I am intoxicated.
Just in. Neither of you. Chris and I had pizza and a Snickers bar tonight. And that's all. And water. Let's see. Next topic was trades. There were two big trades yesterday, both involving the guy on the right. Chris, what did you think about the first one, the big one with Nick guy? What were the highlights? We had Kamara and the Hawk going to Team Nick.
Let me pull it up.
No,
Yep.
Kamara went to me. Hawk went to Team Nick.
Okay, I completely messed up. So it was Bosch Jacobs and the Hawk and Tyler Lockett for Elvin Kamara, Devontae Adams,
and Logan
Dog.
Logan Thomas, who's probably been dropped by now, and Ken Fett.
15.
Chris, what'd you think of the trade?
Yeah, I mean, for both teams, I thought it helps their teams out. Dan was struggling with the wide receiver department. He had a good stable of running backs, but needed some wide receivers. And Nick has been looking for a tight end for the last 2 years, and now he's got his guy. I think Hawk is happy with where he landed.
No, he's not. He's devastated.
He's very happy.
They've been saying
at.
he's so sad he's gonna put up 0 points.
The trade was good for both teams. I think it helps them out tremendously for both sides. But me personally, if I had to say somebody won, I think Nick won the trade. But it helps both teams.
Whoa! Defend it. If you think Nick won, defend it.
I love Hawk.
Oh, I love Hawk too.
And I love Jacobs. I think those two on Nick's team with what he's got for a dynamic. I mean, he's still got Waddle.
Let's talk Alvin Kamara. He loves punching women in Super Bowl parades. What did he do?
You punched some guy at the
Punched a guy in an after party at the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
That's okay. He's a dog. Let's talk about Devontae Adams. Future Jet. Stud.
He hasn't had the best the last 2 weeks.
I get
the Raiders' offense is not looking good. He's unhappy. That came out today, right?
He goes for over 30 this week.
You want to put some money on that?
I'm giving my guarantee, the Dan Miller guarantee. If you own a betting app, put all your money, liquidate all your assets, and put it on Devontae Adams over 30 fantasy points this week.
Is that a bet then with Nick?
Put it all on Devontae Adams over 30 points.
Are you going to be doing that? Are you going to drive to Illinois and place that bet?
I am absolutely.
I'd love to see
I'm
the bet
calling
slip
it
in the
the Mr. Beast. Send your entire family to the Galapagos.
I think,
mega bet.
I think like a poetic ending to a Dan Miller Nick matchup this week would be the Hawk just absolutely going off, putting up like 20 to 30 points, 2 tutties, and that would be the difference maker in beating Dan. I think that right there alone would send Dan into a downward spiral.
It's such a storybook outcome. I foresee it happening.
I'm not saying I'm rooting for this because I absolutely am not. But if the Hawk gets hurt this week, you will see it'll be the D-Day of memes. The 9/11 of memes in this league.
Oh, Daniel Miller.
Can we delete this?
No. Let's move on, though. This has been the longest 5.5 minutes of my life. Chris, what did you think of the second trade, the Walrus for the Ravens?
I think a bunch of us have proposed trades to Milk this year, and Milk has been very difficult to trade with. And
Milk likes trading with me.
And just lo and behold, Dan's like, hey, I need to find somebody to fleece this year because Bergh isn't giving up anything. So, hey, Milk, how about Darren Waller for a fucking injured quarterback? I know Justin Fields is hurt, but I got this injured guy. So you want 2 injured quarterbacks? Sure, no problem. Fuck it. Let's just do it. Dan, great trade on your part. Great trade on your part. You won that trade. Milk, I don't know what the hell you're doing, man. But, hey, we'll see. Maybe it'll pay off. Maybe Deshaun Watson will get a few extra massages and get it worked out.
I'm pro Deshaun Watson. I think he will come back and better than ever.
You gonna buy a jersey?
No. I will not be buying a Deshaun Watson jersey.
Got it. All right. Well, moving on, we have a news clip from Wichita.
No, we don't. We do not.
We'll start previewing matchups for this week. We don't have a way to share the screen in this live viewing. We decided on all this a few minutes ago. So the first matchup is Gimme More, Team McManus against Team Bergh, the number 2 overall team in the standings, number 1 in the power rankings, number 1 in end of season projections all over the place. Team Bergh is projected to win by 10.
Chris, lead us off. Put your phone down.
No, I got it.
Okay,
that's fine.
Yeah, Bergh, you're not allowed to weigh in on this since you're playing in it.
I'm picking myself to win. I'll throw that out there.
Okay, well, there you go, buddy. Well, I would say it would have been a good matchup, but Michael Thomas right now at halftime has 0 receptions and 0 yards. So it's not looking too good right now for Jake. Factoring that in and looking at what he's got, David Montgomery's out. He's rolling with AJ frickin' Dillon, who would like to spend more time playing farming online at 1:00 in the morning during the bye week. So
cool hobby.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to roll with Bergh on this one, given his running back situation and what's going on with Mike Thomas right now at halftime. So.
Yeah, the fact that I do have a crystal ball and I can see Michael Thomas for 0 points does give me a little insight. I'm going Team Bergh here. I have a question for you both, since you both are Team Bergh. Does McManus have to do a shotgun this week?
If Michael Thomas puts up the 0.
Yeah, do you think Michael Thomas puts up 0 on the day?
Oh,
no.
He'll
get a reception.
He'll have a catch.
Yeah, he'll have a catch at least.
Probably end up with like 2 points.
I'm saying shotgun.
All right. Bold prediction from Dan. Moving on, our next matchup is Matt Nick or Cole Peterson. Who do you guys have in this one? Looking over the rosters for the first time.
Before the matchup, I think Cole was projected to win, and
another potential shotgun.
Like Olave, Ridley, or sorry, like Michael Thomas. Was it Michael Thomas?
Yeah.
Like Michael Thomas, Calvin Ridley, 0 receptions, 0 yards. Not looking too good for Cole there. Matt Nick also hurting really bad for running back right now. Got Derrick Henry on bye, who also kind of stinks. Breece Hall's on bye this week, so he's rolling with Latavius Murray in his 2 spot. Oh man, this is where it's at right now. It's a neck and neck. I think Matt Nick is going to pull this one out, just given what he's got. Gabe Davis and Marquise Brown. And Goddard going against Miami. I think that'll be a shootout. I think Miami and Philly are going to score a bunch of points against each other. So I think Matt Nick is going to win this one.
So I actually have Team Cole on this one. I think Tua has an off week. And I think Jalen Hurts actually goes off. but I think that Cole's weapons are going to be the difference maker in this one. I think Calvin Ridley sees some action in the second half. He will not get a touchdown. It'll be another Travis Etienne touchdown, God willing. Hot take here, and I'm putting all my money on it. Did I announce this already?
Yeah, on the podcast.
I am betting my house on Eagles -6.5. Juice the spread. Eagles -6.5. Dolphins are the biggest frauds in the NFL.
Just had to get that out.
I had to get it
while
out.
we're talking about Cole's team.
I am going with Cole this week. I think it's a very close matchup. Matt Nick's entire team is on bye this week, but still somehow has a pretty comparable team to Cole. Every team seems to play their worst against Team Cole, though, so I'll take.
That's also true.
Yep,
That's a good point.
I'm taking Team Cole, unfortunately.
What was it according to the Assman table? How many wins is Cole were expected?
Like 6.
Damn.
All right, another person at this table. We got Chris against Shaw. Tough start to the week for Shaw. Philly's losing a tough one tonight. Is he going to lose a second matchup?
Wait, before we get into this, what do you guys think of the name change?
Yeah, I have a question. Have you watched Two Girls, One Cup?
I have, yes.
Have you watched it solo?
I have, yes.
That's all I needed to ask.
Throwing that out there. But it's perfect, right? Isn't it awesome?
Yep, terrific name.
No one's getting Cooper Cup off Chris's team ever since he thought of that team name.
Yes.
I got Chris.
I'm surprised he didn't get banned either.
By the commissioner?
No, by ESPN. Because
Oh.
if you type in 2, like the number 2 girls, 1 cup, they banned it. They said that that's not okay to do. But if you spell out 2.
I like that. I like that you worked all your options.
I did, but
The game is back on.
Okay, anyways, go ahead, you fine gentlemen.
I got Chris.
I also have Chris in this one. He's got a tough team to go up against, no matter
Even
what.
with McCaffrey potentially being out?
I don't care.
Who do you get as a replacement? I guess you get Eli Mitchell or
I have Elijah and Jordan.
If McCaffrey's out, I still think it's Chris. Why do you have Anthony Richardson on your IR unless you're playing keeping him as a keeper? He's out for the season. And Kyler Murray on your bench.
but you won't trade for one of my
I can
quarterbacks.
see what can happen.
I would have given you the rapist, but I gave him the milk.
All right.
All right, we got 2 of the worst teams in this league. They are the 2 worst teams in this league according to the standings. We got
This is an electric matchup.
Toy against Hebert. Back to being named the HJs.
This is an electric matchup.
Hands job.
The HJs currently have Tony Pollard on bye in their starting lineup. They've got a backup tight end that they could fill in the flex. They got no running backs that they could put in. So
Holy fuck, that team is bad.
yeah, we'll see what Team Hebert does this week. Who do you guys have probably finishing the other person's season?
Well, he could get Jeff Wilson off IR. I think he's going to play this week.
Yeah. I think it's safe to drop Michael Wilson at this point as well.
God, I don't even want to pick.
I'm taking Toy.
I still think Hebert's got a pretty solid roster for as bad as his record is, but without Tony Pollard this week and no reasonable replacement.
Yeah.
When's Toy gonna retire the name just here to beat Dan? Just here to lose to Dan? That's a name I can understand.
I got Toy.
I'll take
got
Hebert.
Toy.
I'll take Hebert in this one still.
Hebert's behind us snoring right now. He's not even realizing we're talking about his team.
Next up, we got Peter against Milkman. First question is, do you think Peter will be a father before or at the end of this matchup?
No.
End of the matchup, is it on Monday?
Wait, no.
Yeah, due
Then
date is
yeah.
Oh,
Saturday.
yeah. Well,
he'll be a
I'm sorry. I thought you meant the end of the podcast.
Okay.
Possible.
End of the matchup, yes, because she's getting induced on Saturday.
Does Peter still drop a meme if he wins and has a baby?
Oh yeah,
I think so too.
you will find the time.
Yep, I agree.
Yes. Oh yeah, we got to pick. We didn't pick. We just.
Yeah, that was just the first question. Who are you taking, Chris? Big QB matchup of Mahomes against Jordan Love.
Oh, they're going for it on fourth down.
I know, but Pete's starting Kareem Hunt this week.
Halftime's over.
Pete, I hate to pick against you, but I think I like Milk this week.
Oh my god.
Oh my God, Kareem Hunt going nutty. I whispered to Bergh that I didn't think there was a shot in hell you didn't pick against Pete. And the fact that Chris, Peter's boyfriend, is picking against him, I'm picking against him too. I was gonna pick Pete, but I can't do it with Chris picking.
It's just hard. He's got Kareem Hunt and Alexander Madison, and Madison's going against San Francisco, and Kareem Hunt is the backup to Jerome Ford. So he's just got a bad week. Kyron's out.
Yeah, not the week for Pete. They are still projected to score the same amount.
I know.
That's not a great start for Olave.
I wish he would play Christian Kirk. I'm tired of Pete benching Christian Kirk. I wish he would play him.
Yeah. Who do you want him to bench? Mike Evans?
No, I'd rather have him bench Olave. Right now, Kirk is outscoring Olave.
All right, fair enough. All right. I'm also taking the Milkman in this one. I like Pete's team better long term, but just not this.
I want you to win, Pete, just for the record.
And now we have our matchup of the week.
Why am I always the matchup of the week?
It was just the last one, and also you made a trade, the biggest trade of the season, maybe.
With the guy that you're playing.
And his name is now Hawk and Nick Forever. What do you think about that name?
I love the name.
I would like to let the record show that Nick is not Hawk's best friend. It's always been me.
Go on.
He's just choking on it.
I love the Hawk. I love him like a son.
Thank you for sharing.
Apparently, you'll give up your own son.
Just like Casey Anthony.
Jesus. Don't start on that one again.
All right, Berg, let's pick. Dan doesn't get to.
I get to pick.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Nick's team was looking a lot better. We do have the halftime scores of Etienne and Kamara, who are both
going off.
Yeah, having great games already.
But likewise, the same thing could happen. Josh Jacobs against Chicago. Chicago's offense don't have a quarterback now, so the offense might be on the field a lot, and it could be running the ball a lot if they get up. So I think Josh Jacobs is due for a big game, which would also be funny too because he just came from Team Miller.
This game is going to come down to Monday night, and the Hawk is going to go off against Team Miller and have a comeback win
against San Francisco. You think?
I think so. I think if any week it happens, it's this week.
Yeah,
someone goes off on San Francisco. It's when the parent trades their son to their enemy. But we'll see. That's my prediction. I got Nick in this one.
I also have Nick. I love little Nicky.
I got little Danny.
Yeah, I know you do.
Do you guys have anything else to talk about before we log off this halftime
Berg, you're
show?
a big baseball guy. How are the Phillies doing?
They lost tonight. Walk-off. It's a big...
a walk-off?
Yeah, walk-off single by your buddy Kettle Murray.
For real?
Yes.
I fucking hate that guy.
Well, he's been having a great playoffs. Had a great game today. Had the big hit in the end, and another big game tomorrow. Shaw and I got a little bit of a bet on it.
Let's hear it.
Next time Shaw sleeps on my couch, which he said is going to be soon. I'm not sure when. The loser of tomorrow's game has to buy a Macallan 12 for the other. So, I don't know where they serve that in Madison, but I'm going to find it.
Also, I'm just wondering where Milk is at in this group chat with if he's Diamondbacks #1 fan. He hasn't said anything about the Diamondbacks.
He's probably out celebrating.
Yeah.
Or
probably out hitting.
He might still be working too. It's 9 o'clock on Thursday.
That is true. 9 o'clock on Thursday is prime time for a lawyer.
Yeah. All right. Anything else before we go on our first ever live episode? No one watching, so we don't have any comments to talk about. No question.
Let's see. 3rd and 20, and they throw it to the ground.
Out of bounds. Wow. Sorry for spoilers if anyone's a little delayed. No one's watching, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, all love.
Bye,
Let's
everyone.
go Jets, baby.
Perfect.